Aljaz, welcome to the room. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello, Kevin. With my biggest pleasure.
You're a star. I'm aware at the minute that you are bang in the middle of rehearsals. Is that right?
Yeah, we're just getting ready for this week's show. And I'm just, I'm just happy to be back dancing.
Yeah, it's incredible. So the reason that we're doing this little interview right now is because obviously I do a lot of stuff around mental health. I'm always keen to kind of perk people up a little bit, and it's really I always find it really interesting when we talk to somebody that is in the public so much. I'm really aware that earlier on this year, when all of that happened back in March, you remember all of that stuff that happened that's still kind of rumbling. Your industry just stopped completely. How was that for you?
It was, as you say, the whole industry completely stopped. I mean, I remember in February, we were in rehearsals for a tour, for our fourth tour, remembering the Oscars. And we got through the whole rehearsal period, which took about 2.5 weeks. And then we were about to go and tag the show, which is, putting it on stage, doing all the lighting. And that's when that lockdown happened. So we pretty much so excited to go back on tour, back on the road. And then we got the news, I think it was a Monday or something like that, that's gonna be it from producers. And it was heartbreaking because you put so much hard work into something and then people never get to see it. Thankfully the tour now was pushed back for next year, so hopefully we are gonna get to do it.
Good.
But it was just, is this uncertainty really that it's the hardest thing?
Yeah.
Because I ended up then not working since last Strictly up until this Strictly, and normally we're so busy with touring, with corporate events, seeing families, and that was the thing that was taken away, and it was hard to get my head around it at first, because I've never been doing nothing for more than a couple of days. So it was interesting to get my head around it. And but once I did, it felt good to have time with myself, with my own thoughts, and sort of reevaluate what really matters in life, what I really genuinely care about, and the things that I necessarily don't, that I felt like for I couldn't live without, and now I see, I could do without that.
What an amazing transformation right there. And I remember thinking back in March, I really hope that people go through that transformation there where they begin to recognize actually what is important, what's not important. How long did it take you to, I guess, adjust to that kind of like busy to going, okay, I'm fine, I'm okay with this?
Yeah, I would say, for the first 2 weeks, I would say it was just a sheer shock of tours being cancelled and having nothing else.
Yeah,
I think I would say it took me a good month to get to terms with it. And Janette and I have lived together for almost 10 years, and but we've never lived together while we were not on tour, so to speak.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting dynamic. We live together and we work together. Now we just live together.
Yeah.
And we ended up loving this time just solely because we could genuinely spend time together as two people. So that helped with the speed of getting to terms with how the work is. But nonetheless, still now, I don't know what's gonna fully happen next year, and what the situation is gonna be with the entertainment industry, specifically theaters, which is heartbreaking to watch. And it's I know how many people are involved, how many people are relying on that, how many people went to drama, how many people went to performing arts schools, and it's heartbreaking to see. And I really do hope that that people, once this virus period is over, that people are gonna be eagerly anticipating to go back in the theaters. I hope so.
I love being in the theatre and I love watching shows, and I'm sure that I speak for a lot of people when I say a lot of people literally cannot wait just to be back in that environment. And I'm aware that there's a lot of stuff being streamed and there's a lot of stuff on TV, but it's not the same. It's not the same as sitting in a seat and watching a live show right in front of you.
Of course, I mean, we always sort of try to find a way around it to still try and, to keep working, and obviously doing so many things now. It's kind of going from doing it face to face to doing it face to screen. And when my favorite thing about dancing, it always has been since I started doing theater, it's seeing that face in front of you and seeing the reaction, first hand. That gives you then the energy for the next reaction. I feel like it's gonna take a little while to get used to that. It's been interesting even on Strictly regarding this way. But I just feel like as long as we can find a way in whatever branch of this crazy industry we are part of, to just start swimming again, to feel there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Because I bet for a lot of people at the moment there isn't. But I think that arts and creative side of people, it's always going to be there. And as if that's there, I feel like there's always going to be people to appreciate it. So I think just need to push through it, squeeze through it, and I definitely think it's going to be worth it.
It'll definitely come back, and I feel like it will come back with a vengeance. It's like you said earlier, I really hope that people have learned to appreciate what we had and maybe we weren't using quite so much, like the theatres, like the arts, all of the arts. It'll definitely come back because it's such an integral part of so many people's lives, to be able to go to the theatre, to be able to listen to live music or to see live dancing. It's just integral. People need that. They need that creativity and that buzz of being in a live show and entertainment. So it definitely will happen. It'll come back for sure.
If anywhere here in UK, I feel like from the day I got here, when we started touring with the Strictly Live tour, when I saw the full O2 arena of fans of Strictly Come Dance, I couldn't believe it really, that that people give so much for entertainment, that you would go and see it live, and I feel like that UK, with how many theaters there are in the country, every town has a theater, which means that I've never seen that anywhere else in the world. I've never seen so much love for the craft, and I really feel like if anywhere is gonna sort of come back with a vengeance, like you said, is gonna be here. Yeah,
absolutely. The other thing that I wanted to ask, firstly, I think it's amazing that Strictly have done what they've done in terms of putting the show back on, but keeping it safe. I think it's just, I watched it last week and I remember watching it thinking, that's clever. They have been really clever with all of that, and I love it when an industry looks at, in a time like this, they look at something and go, right, how can we evolve? Come on, we need to evolve. We need to make this happen. We can't take away. A little bit like Bake Off. It was like, when Bake Off came back on the TV, everybody kind of went, oh, thank goodness for that. Some normality, Bake Off's back. And it was the same with Strictly. But the part that really I really felt it in my chest when I heard it the other week, and it was like that you and Janette, you have to, for the sake of your art, for the sake of your craft, you can't be together. I heard it and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not sure I could do that. How is it?
It's an interesting thing, really, because when we, obviously there was always a part of conversation that, that first of all, BBC, the lengths to go through to make something like Strictly happen, to follow all the guidelines and to do it safely. It's incredible. The work that they have done, it's amazing. And even in a very funny way, more than ever, I'm even more proud to be a part of their show, because I do feel like, now we've always been doing this with the sheer joy and happiness, And now when we're doing it, when we're in the studio, you sort of feel that responsibility to exude happiness and to be that positive 2 hours or however long the show is on that Saturday night and a Sunday night. And more than ever you feel like it matters that that makes someone happy. And I feel like Strictly, that's the best part of the show, is that it makes people smile and it makes people laugh. It brings a family together. It's one of the few shows that the whole family can sit down and watch. And if anything else in these days, having family and being close to family is the most important thing. And I like Strictly helps that as well, to make sure that that we can do that. And with me and Janette not living together, we when we were presented with that, it's at the end of the day, it's a small sacrifice that the two of us have to make for the duration of the show, to be a part of it and to do exactly what I just said. It's, we still see each other on a Friday and Saturday with a 2 meter distance, and so we're obeying that to the word.
How hard is that? Not to touch her, not to want to hug her.
It is hard, but again, I always sort of, both of us see the bigger picture, and we love the show so much. We've been a part of it now. This is our 8th year.
Wow.
And changed our lives from day one. And the gratitude and the thankfulness we have towards this whole Strictly machine, it's that's never gonna change, no matter what. To make a sacrifice like that, it was a no-brainer, really, to be honest. You wanna, especially in these times, you wanna, you need to make sacrifices for a greater. I feel like that was a small one, because we both love this show, and we would do that no matter what.
It's like an institution. It's like a British institution, Strictly, and you're definitely a part of that. So you made your sacrifices. My last question for you is, I've seen you on a few occasions. We've met in real life. I've never once seen you downbeat in terms of mental health. And there's a lot of psychotherapists out there would look at you and go, "What's going off there?"
Yeah.
Do you ever have moments where you kind of go, oh, just not feeling it right now?
We all do. I mean, you wake up one day happy and then the next day not happy, and there is no reason why for either. I feel like my happiness and my positivity comes from the love of what I do. I feel since I was 5 years old, I've been dancing, and it's been a part of my life that is so significant, and it's something that makes me happy. So therefore, I'm happy when I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I wasn't as happy in lockdown when I wasn't dancing.
Yeah.
But when I do what I love, and when I can express myself through something that I'm so confident with, something that I'm so fond of,
good at,
I can't help but be happy. And I feel like so many people, when you say that, what's really up? You can't be smart all the time. And I say yes. There's this thing that someone sent me this video a couple of years back. Is this gentleman, I think it's Guru Gaur or something like that, and he explains what's the most pleasing 5-letter word, and it's smile.
Yeah.
And the reasons why yes and why not, it's beautiful. If you have a problem in life, can you fix it? Yes. Well, why worry? Do you have a problem in life? Can you fix it? No. Well, then why worry?
Yeah.
And I kind of live by that now, and it's really helping me to, whenever I don't feel good, I can think of the times and think of the moments where I have been the happiest in my life. Becoming an uncle, getting married, winning Strictly Come Dancing. Take those moments, bottle them, and use them when you need them.
Yeah.
that's what I do to, when I wake up on the wrong side of the bed, or that's what.
It's a great mindset to be able to ask yourself that question: can I change this situation? And if the answer is no, then in that case, I'm going to let go of it. Just because. But so many people have yet to learn that lesson. Do you know what I mean? Where they still hold on to stuff and they still worry. And
yeah, I feel like you kind of, the way I see it, and I might be completely wrong, is when you're in a situation that is, so black and white that you can break it down like that, you're going to work it out for yourself. But until you're not, it's really hard to, to imply it to your own situation and to your own experience.
Yeah.
And I feel like all of us have those moments in life that you want to about, and you don't want to, you wish that didn't happen, but it's how you take them and what you do with them.
Yeah, absolutely. I've said all year, well, since March of this year, that this whole situation is not necessarily about what's happening out there and how it's developing and rolling and all the rest of it. For me, it's about how we react to it. We can't change anything on the outside there. What's going to happen is going to happen, and politics will happen, and viruses will happen. But actually, how we react to all of that is the key forward, is the way forward, because that how we react affects our own happiness and peace.
So true. And like you said, everything around us changed, but hopefully we didn't.
Yeah. Yes.
And and I feel like so many things, I mean, even with my work, with everything, it's all different. Everything, everything has a point of difference that I wasn't used to before.
Yeah.
Not a cue, Kevin. That's not a cue. And this is probably going to keep ringing. And so I feel like, things are going to change, but as long as we don't, I feel like, and that's really hard. It's easier to say than do, but I feel like love yourself, especially in these days, more than ever.
Absolutely. Self value is so important.
This delivery guy doesn't know we're doing this, so give me 1 minute. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Keep ringing, and I'm gonna keep losing my train of thought.
So we were just talking about positivity and how to maintain it, and how we can't change what happens out there, but we can definitely change all of this. It feels like in your household there's like this real buzz of positivity between you that just kind of bounces back and forward. It must be an incredible place to live.
Well, at the moment, yes, it is, because I'm just bouncing it with to the wall and back. It's coming right back at me, Kevin. And
I love it.
We're both like that. I mean, that's why, we were both so young when we fell in love, and we're still going strong, and we always will. And that's one of the biggest reasons, it's having this understanding of, first of all, of yourself, and then of each other. And yeah, we kind of always been this kind of yin and yang, really, but I feel like it's worked for us beautifully. And when we're home, it's the most, it's the most beautiful time, and we both can't wait, to get back to it. But for now, being in rehearsals, we have two amazing celebrities, Janette, Harvey, and me with Clara. We got these two beautiful people, beautiful souls. They're both genuinely lovely.
Wow.
You want to give them that happy feeling, and this magic of Strictly, which is truly there more than ever this year.
You know what? This is the last thing I'm going to say before I let you go and have some food.
No worries. No.
When I've met you both, it's that part there has really come across, that you know, when you talk about genuinely beautiful souls and genuinely beautiful people, that's what comes across from you and Annette, is that genuine kind of, that genuine feeling. It's so beautiful when it comes from you, and it feels like you really see that in other people as well. And I remember really valuing that in the time that we spent together. So it's a really nice quality to have.
You know, it's the same with you, really. You know, it's exactly the same with you. I feel like we wouldn't be doing this if this wasn't the case. And I feel like you both of you, we love you dearly. And from I remember when we met, and I wish that the lives that we live professionally, you know, would cross more often.
Yeah.
And would put us in the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I have the same thing with my family, you know, and Janette with hers. We are the only two sort of pieces of our families that are not so closely connected with them, because we live on the other side of the world. And I wish that, you know, you always want to surround yourself with good people. And I feel like, you know, even being away from home, having people like yourself and Les sort of, you know, helps you with that. And
absolutely,
it keeps your heart happy.
Absolutely. A nice little bit of heart math there. Can you remember getting your hair cut in the prison cell?
I do remember. It's supposed to be one of the most beautiful prison cells. Not that I've seen many, but if prison cells look like that, goodness me.
That was an entirely different story, but one that we'll save.
Yeah.
Aljaz, thank you so much for giving me this time here, and something that I can release, and hopefully people will pick up on that and take some positivity from that. It's been amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking time and talking to me. And listen, with all my biggest love, good luck with this project and all this coming up.
Thank you. I'm going to have Janette on next. Tell Janette I need her, because I know she has a massive interest in mental health. So it'd be lovely to do something together.
Yeah. Sure, she would. She would love to do it. She would love to do it. Listen, until I keep dancing.
Keep dancing. I do sometimes. I dance around the kitchen on my own. Nobody sees me.
I know you do. I can see it.
Right, I'm going to let you go. Look after yourself. Give my love to Janette, and we will speak to you soon. Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.